Alright, everybody, welcome back to another video here on Financial Friends. Today we're going to be talking all about how your credit score is broken down, kind of what you can do to improve it, what you can avoid to make sure that it doesn't get any worse. So I want to give a shout out to Ray Echeverria. If I butchered that, I really do apologize. This video was requested by Ray, a member of the friend group. So if you want to join the friend group, you want to be able to request videos, go ahead, comment down below. Let me know and make sure to subscribe to join the friend group. And if you like these types of videos on credit, go ahead and leave this video a huge like. Go ahead and like it real quick. It helps push it out to more people, and I really do appreciate it. So one of my best performing videos thus far has been all three of my credit cards. That video will be linked up here, but something that ties directly to that is, well, your credit score. You need credit to get credit. You need a credit score to borrow, and you need to borrow to be able to get certain assets and leverage your assets. So credit is extremely, extremely important. And even more important is understanding how to build your credit. Now, this video is not going to be on starter cards. This video is not going to be on all of the different types of credit scores and credit agencies or bureaus and how they report and all of this different stuff. It's not going to be all about that. It's going to be very, very simply how your credit score is broken down. We're going to mainly focus on the FICO credit score, which is the most popular. A ton of different places use it. It's really the most popular score out there. And again, it's a pretty good baseline for what's important when looking at your credit. So there is a ton of different resources that you can use to find out about this. I just used it very strictly, very simply, FICO's website. That was it. I think it was myfico.com. I'll try and leave a link down below to the website. But there's TransUnion, there's Equifax, there's all these other different scores. Again, this is just going to be the baseline. So let's just dive right into it, right off the rip here. Here's how your credit score is broken down. Go ahead and leave a like on this video. That's it. I'll see y'all later. I'm just kidding. But this is it. This is the graph that breaks down your credit score. About 35% of your score is on payment history. About 30% of your score is taken from the amounts that you owe. 10% is taken from new credit, so you applying for new credit. 15% is the overall length or the average length or the newest length of your credit history, and 10% of it is your credit mix. So we're going to go ahead and break down all, 5 of these here in this video. Like I said, go ahead and leave a like if you appreciate it. That's the last time I'll ask. So leave a like. All right, moving on. First one, payment history. Again, this information was pulled directly from the website. So word for word, this is literally copy and pasted from the FICO website. So big shout out to them. The first thing that any lender wants to know is whether you've paid your past credit accounts on time. This helps a lender figure out the amount of risk it will take on when extending your credit. So this is the most important thing. You can see right here, pay off in full every month. My recommendation, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not supposed to be advising you on how to manage your finances or whether to invest, not invest, get credit, not get credit. But to improve your score, pay on time, in full. That's it. The easiest way to improve your credit is to take the payment that's owed and make it. Now, I say in full. Why do I say in full? Technically speaking, if you're making the payment or the minimum payment on the card, it's probably still going to benefit your score because you're building that payment history as long as that payment is on time. They just want to know that you're going to make the payment that's supposed to be made on time. And realistically, these credit institutions want you to take on interest. They want you to spend on their card and not pay it off, but instead wait for the interest to accrue, and that's how they make money. They want you to pay interest. I do not want you to pay interest, so try to treat these like a debit card. As soon as you swipe, all the money that you just swiped for is now gone. So at the end of the month, when it's time for that bill to come, you pay it off, and you pay it off in full on time, and that's it. It'll benefit your credit score. The second thing is the amounts that are owed to you. So having credit accounts and owing money on them doesn't necessarily mean you're high risk, but it does mean that you have a ton of available credit. And this can mean that you might be overextended or that you have too much credit, that you might be too far in debt. And banks can interpret this meaning that you might default. So if you're taking on a new loan and they see that you have 7 other loans amounting to $150,000 worth of credit, well, is the new loan going to get paid or are the other ones going to get paid? And if they're not sure, well, that's going to affect your credit score. So keep your utilization low, and kind of coinciding with that, get more credit. So what I mean by this is if you have $10,000, let's say, worth of credit, and you're using $1,000, well, you're using 10%. But if you only had $1,000 worth of credit and you were using $1,000, well, then you're using 100%. So you owe back 100% of that credit loan. Also, kind of moving forward with it, same thing here, like mortgage, car loan. If you have a ton of credit, okay, and you owe all of that money back, well, that's not necessarily going to look good. Now, if you have a $300,000 mortgage and you owe $10,000 on it, that's essentially like using a very small amount of credit. You only have $10,000 left to owe. And a credit card, this is your utilization. So if you have a $10,000 limit, you don't want to be using 10,000 of it because then you're using or you owe 10,000 back. So instead, keep your utilization low. Try to get more credit. Let's say you have 1 credit card. If you could have 5 credit cards with that same limit and you only still spend the same amount, well, you've just increased your amount of credit by 5 and you're still utilizing the same amount of credit, keeping your utilization low. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just something that I've personally noticed with my credit cards. I had 1 and I spent, X amount every month. Well, then if I have 2 and I just spread my spending across those 2, well, I'm still keeping the utilization of my overall credit low. And now I have 3 credit cards and I still spend the same amount. So my utilization looks even lower. Next up here is your length of credit history. So FICO says, in general, having longer credit history is positive for your scores. It's not required, but it's a positive look. Again, as we've moved further down this list, you can notice the percentage of how your score is made up gets smaller and smaller. So this has less of an impact. Your FICO score takes into account how long the credit's been established, the age of your oldest account, the age of your newest account, and the average age, as well as how long specific accounts have been established and then how long it's been since you've used them. So you would like to keep accounts open. Don't close old accounts. This helps increase the average age. If you had a 10-year-old account and a 1-year-old account, the middle of that road is going to be 5 years. So if you close the 10-year account, now it looks like you have 1 year. And your credit age is, 1 year instead of 5. So as you keep accounts open for longer, that's going to affect your score positively. So don't just close old accounts, but also don't open new accounts for no reason. This is going to knock down that average age of your credit. The longer that these institutions see that your lines of credit have been open, they know you haven't defaulted, you've made payments on time, and you've kept a good relationship with whatever lender it is. So other lenders should be excited to lend with you because you've built good relationships, made payments on time, not defaulted, and they're still extending you credit. Even after 10, 15, 20 years of extending you credit, you've never double-crossed them and not made the payments. So just keep on keeping on, okay? Just keep, and then, it's that old card, right? I've had it for so long, it's beaten and battered, it doesn't even do me that well. If you keep it open, if you want to improve your credit score, do nothing. Keep them open. Don't close them. Now, there's always situations where closing a credit line or closing a credit card is good. Obviously, you want to pay off, say, your auto loan, right? You're not going to keep that open forever. You're not going to keep a card open that has an annual fee. You're not going to keep it open forever. But that's why I recommend either low or no annual fee cards, so you don't have to worry about keeping them open for a very long period of time, and you can boost the average length of your credit history. Next here and last on the list, I think there's actually 2 more, scratch that, is credit mix. FICO scores will consider your mix of either credit cards and retail accounts, installment loans, finance company accounts, mortgages, Again, you don't have to have them all, but just like Pokemon, catch them all, right? If you want to improve your score, again, this is a very small portion of your score, but to improve your score, diversify your credit. So you might have credit cards, you might have an auto loan, you might have a home loan. Now, don't go taking loans willy-nilly just to improve your score. If you don't need the loan, don't take it out. But as you kind of move through life, you'll probably get a credit card. You might need to take out a loan for a vehicle or choose to take out a loan for a vehicle or lease a vehicle. You might have student loans. You might get a mortgage on a home. So as you diversify these, make sure that you're paying them all on time, because this is going to show that you can handle multiple different types of credit, and it's going to improve your credit score. And last but not least, finally got that part right, is new credit. Research shows that opening a ton of different accounts in a short amount of time probably represents risk. Kinda might mean that you're in need of some cash and fast, so you want to gobble up all this credit as fast as you can to do who knows what. So don't appear risky. If you don't need it, don't open it. And avoid opening too many accounts too fast. If you're credit happy and you just got into credit cards and you're exploring this world for the first time, be patient. Good offers, good cards, new offers, new cards, they're all going to come around. And if you're trying to build out a Chase setup, I think you can't open or have more than 5 credit cards in the last 24 months without 3 of them being Chase. Chase will never work with you again. I don't know, it's some weird thing that goes on in the credit card community, which I'm a small part of, but not too much. So new credit. If you don't need it, don't open it. And avoid opening too many accounts too fast. And this does include those hard inquiries. So looking to get and getting that credit pulled for an auto, for a home, for a student loan, for a personal loan, for a credit card, all of these different things at once, it's going to drop your score. Now, not by too much, because this is 10% of the overall score. But again, the principle still stays the same. If you don't need it, don't open it. And that's about it. So if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something new, go ahead, subscribe, join the friend group, hit the like button, and go ahead, comment down below what type of credit video or what would you like me to break down further. Do you want to break down a specific section of the video? Do you want to break down a specific type of credit card or how to directly improve your credit score? Let me know down below. Let me know what types of videos you like to see, and I will go ahead and make them, as Ray found out here. Hello, Ray. Hopefully you're watching this. I appreciate your comment. Appreciate you making a suggestion. Helps these videos better help you. And it's fun for me to make videos that you guys want to care about. So go ahead, hit that like button down below. Subscribe, join the friend group. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.